Hello, my friends. I'm going to be doing a pour today, but first I have some paintings to show you. If you're not interested, feel free to fast forward. Now, you may recall this pour I did a while back, and I was happy enough with it as a pour to leave it as is. But I had a mishap while it was drying. I had it drying opposite my work table here on the floor, and then I was using a hairdryer on something I was painting on, and a piece of paper was picked up by the hairdryer and fell down on the wet painting. So I had a big problem right here, kind of a triangular shaped deal. So really unhappy about that, but I let it dry. I sanded it down, and then I painted this over it, and I'm very happy with it. In fact, this is part of the mistake here. This leaf behind here, I couldn't, I just decided to incorporate it into the piece. So that was a drag, but I think it was kind of a happy accident. I'm real pleased with the result. I haven't varnished it yet. I'm getting ready for a big show in May, so I'm doing a lot of painting. There's another one. I don't recall if I did a video on this background or not. I don't think I did. I think it was leftovers or some kind of an experiment, and I finally came up with something to put on it. And I had done an octopus before and vowed I would never do another one because these suckers are a pain in the neck. But they are fascinating creatures, and they sell well, so I did another one. And you may have seen this one on Facebook. I did do a video on the Dutch pour, but it had a lot of negative space, and I felt it needed something, and so I came up with this, and I'm happy with that. None of these are varnished yet. And then lastly, this is not a poured background, but it was a painting I did yesterday. In fact, it took me all day. It was up till 2 o'clock this morning working on it. I had the background. I had done this underpainting for a landscape I was going to do years ago, and I never got around to it, and so I decided that it would make a nice background as is for a realistic looking zebra. And this is my first zebra. I'm pretty pleased with it. Those stripes are really something to paint, I'll tell you. It was not as easy as I thought it might be. Anyway, I'm quite pleased with the end result. And now, let's get to today's. I'm going to be doing a pour. I guess you could call it a cloud pour because I'm using cloud mix, but I am using Artist Loft pouring medium for my colors, and I'm not sure how this will react with the cloud mix, but we shall see. I am using black, Artist Loft black, 24 karat gold by DecoArt. This is Modern Masters nickel. And then just for a pop of color, I thought I would add this Art Minds blue spruce. It's I think it's kind of an indoor-outdoor paint. I don't know, I bought it on clearance years ago, and I had never opened it, so I thought that might be fun. And then the cloud mix. I mixed all these colors 3-to-1 with the Artist Loft pouring medium, and then I added more paint or more medium as necessary to meet the consistency of the thinnest one. So here we go. little spout. And here we go. I'm glad I added that blue, I think. Would have been too dark and too similar without it. Disappointed the white isn't really coming through though. I really enjoy pouring on rounds now and then. They're inexpensive surface, but so I don't generally embellish on them. I don't put the work of embellishing into them. But I think they're really fun to pour on, and then I can have some options at my show that are very reasonably priced. Okay. Ooh, that's so sparkly. Can you see the sparkle? I wonder if I should let that sit for a minute, since there is a cloud mix in there. And I'll put down a flow extender around the edge. So I'm going to pause here for a moment, for about 10 minutes, and let that happen. Alrighty, I had some flow extender that actually works well with this, with the colors here, but I don't know that I'll be keeping any, but I might. Who knows? I think I actually quite like negative space on a round. So I'm just gonna move this around, cover the edges. I hit it with the torch and a lot of little white dots came up. Not getting the normal cloud effect, but you know, it's a different kind of pouring medium. I don't know. I kind of like this. I'm going to move that, run that dark part off, not all the way off, but reach the edge anyway, like that. There's a lot of what's it called? Fractal? Is fractaline a word? That's going on where the paint puddle met the flow extender, because the flow extender had a lot of water in it to thin it down, and so I'm not crazy about that, although I don't hate it either. Just trying to figure out if it's more interesting with the negative space. I kind of think it is. Yeah, I think I like it like that. I'm going to let it dry. I'm going to let it dry like this and see. Who knows? Next week I may pour over it, but for now we'll let it go. Let me bring you in for a closer look. Yeah, the paint's almost breaking up there. I mean, I'm using old paint and different brands of paint, but I do like the shimmer that's like right there running throughout the whole piece, really. The cloud part just kind of failed, but that's okay. Live and learn. I know now not to use it with the Artist Loft pouring medium. Well, there we go. Thanks for joining me, my friends. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.